Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. My name is Nikki and my planner / organizer is ready for 2025. I'm changing planners again this year. I've done this many a time. We've happy planned, I've A5 ringsed, I've kinboard, I've Hobonichi'd for a few years. But earlier in the year, a very old friend of mine that I've known since year 9, and I am now 59, went to Japan. And she said, "Is there anything you want me to bring you back from Japan?" And I said, "If you get a chance, can you go to the Starbucks Reserve Rostery and get me a traveler's notebook? You cannot buy these online. You have to visit the store." So my bestie went out of her way and brought me home a standard TN cover. She actually brought me home 2, but I will only be using 1 just for the moment. So I had already decided quite some time ago that I was going to use this as my planner for 2025. So the first thing I did, I ordered this pen holder. I know you can get clip-on ones for traveler's notebooks, but I didn't want a pen that sticks out here. And also, my ride or die pen is this Sharpie. I think they officially call it an art pen. It's a fine tip liner. It works on virtually any paper. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't bleed through. It does all the right things. So this is my favourite, but it's very unattractive. So having that sitting there was not going to be appealing. So I went and ordered one of these, and I am very glad I did. The other thing I did, when I took this out of the box, unfortunately, just because of travel and coming from the factory, this cord sort of didn't sit in the middle. It was on an angle, and I really wasn't very happy with that. So I found this little twin set of brass clips on AliExpress, and I ordered them, and they've turned out just the way I was hoping they would. I had to stretch them open a little bit to get them over the thickness of the leather, but that worked perfectly. And now it's sitting pretty much horizontal. It's, I think, a tiny bit down, but honestly, we don't need to be that pedantic. But I really didn't like where the mark was from its original packaging. And I have a little cute Starbucks charm, which of course is a perfect match for my coffee-themed planner, because I love all things coffee. If you follow this channel for any length of time, you will know that coffee is one of my favorite things. So having a coffee themed planner seemed perfect. So we open it up. The one thing I've put in here, this is actually a label from a dress designer here in Australia. I just loved this little thing, so I just tucked it in there. It's sitting there nice and solidly. Then I've got my little espresso pin. I think I got this from Point Blank Stationery Co. Absolutely love that. And I've just got the magnet on the other side. And then a little while ago, I knew I wanted some coffee-themed cards to put into these pockets. So I made myself a set of 8. You can purchase these as a printable from my shop if you would like some that sit horizontally. I also redid them in vertical. So if you are using a planner, you know, that has all those lovely pockets down the side. Honestly, that's one thing I wish Traveller's Notebook put in their planners, in these covers, was pockets down the side. And I know there are ways to add it, but it's all too difficult for me at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about it. But if you have one of those lovely planners with pockets and you'd like some nice coffee themed cards to put in them, you can purchase this as a printable in horizontal or vertical, whichever would suit your planner best. So we've simply got 3 of them I picked there. I've just got some business cards tucked in there. And my first insert, and as you can see, we've added a bit of deco. When I look at a planner, when I open a planner, I like to see pretty things. I find it helps motivate me to actually want to use it. And seeing we are sort of doing the coffee theme here, that's what I used here. I just went through my stash. I'd already collected a few bits and pieces and put them aside. My friend also brought me back the sticker pack. So that's one of the stickers from the roastery. And then, of course, I just had all these other pieces in my stash. And I just cut out the little bit from the tag that actually came with this monthly insert. And I've popped that on there. And then, of course, well, I started off with one sticker. And I added just a few more. So this is sort of like a little vision board type arrangement. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's pretty coffee things. It's something I love, so I'm happy to pop that on the first page. And this, I cut this out from, I don't know where I found it in my stash. This is another actual Traveller's Company sticker. And I also cut out the word diary and popped that in here. So this is how I'm going to do my memory keeping for 2025. I don't think I'll be using this because this, as I said, is memory keeping. The only thing I might do, I have thought of using this as a tracker of some sort, but I'm not committing to that yet. I may very well not do that, but that is a possibility. We'll wait and see what happens. And then I have, thankfully I can write quite small. So these are a very generous size box. I can easily put in 1 or 2 highlights from each day. What I've been using in the past for memory keeping is absolutely fabulous and I do love it, but it's now very chunky and it's also can be quite time consuming. And a little monotonous, because, you know, some days it's just a shitty day at work or something like that. I don't have anything too fabulous to jot in it. So there will be other version of this happening in the new year, but for my basic memory planning, so that I can have a highlight snapshot of my day or something that happened in the world, whatever I choose to use, that will be going in here, not in a book like this. I have other plans, as I said. There will be stickers and decoration, and I will fill up blank spaces everywhere with pretty things. But I have first page phobia happening at the moment. I could have started this on the 1st of December, but I'm just taking a big deep breath. I have had so little spare time because I'm heading overseas in 2 days. So I haven't done anything and I just could not commit. So that's okay. We can start this whenever. It doesn't matter. I may very well back plan in here. I don't know yet. But this will be my basic memory keeping journal. And we will have it all contained the entire year in one book. So this is the other side of this plastic. I don't even know where I got this from, how I came to get it. But I do have one, and of course it's the perfect size. So in here I just have some cute little mini stickers, dots, just little tiny things. I have a few washi tape strips, and I have some sticky notes. I do find them handy sometimes for planning in advance, especially if you think the date may change. I do like using sticky notes. So this way I can make little notes and stick it on the respective week until I know for sure that event or whatever is happening. So always handy to have them close by. Then I, of course, have purchased the weekly insert set. This is the first one from January to June. Again, gone a bit crazy on the deco. But I don't know where I got this from. It may have been at one of my journal meetups that I went to. I'm honestly not sure. But apart from coffee, the other thing I adore is the beach. That's why I moved up to the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. And one of my favourite things is to sip a coffee or a cocktail or something, watching the water. And this do more of whatever makes you happy just seems like something to remind myself of all the time. And then, of course, I added a little bit of extra deco to it. Needless to say, the inside of this one is very similar. I've just popped on here some of the things I love. So this is coffee and beach combined. I got this image from one of the AI groups that I'm in, and that just summarizes everything for me. So I had to use that. And then I love stationery and all those pretty things, and I love the beach. So I just added some cute little bits on there for fun. Of course, we have the calendar. And then for the moment, I have just put birthdays and the main holidays in this. So I've put the birthdays at the bottom, and then I have enough room. As you can see, my writing's not huge. If I want to add another specific note. So as the year goes on, if there's something happening, I know it's happening, I'll be writing it in here so that I have my months at a glance. And have a look at that. I don't have a single birthday in August, but I've filled that out already. And as you can see, I've got plenty of room to add little bits if need be. That's one of the things that did appeal to me with this size of planner arrangement, is that I actually would have enough space to write down the things that are important to me. And then I chose the horizontal style. So we have a week to a page. My plan is to probably rule down the center. Then work-related things in dot point can be on the left-hand side, and then home-related things or social things or appointments or whatever, because this is actually quite a large space. If you just write little bits in here, you're wasting it. So I think that's what my plan will be. And then, of course, there will be deco on this page. I don't know whether I will use it to make lists and things. Probably have enough space here. So haven't, again, first page phobia. I could have started this on, I could have had this ready to start on the 23rd of December, but that's not going to be happening. But that's okay. There's no rush. When I get back, we'll get into full swing, and I may also back plan in this. I haven't decided, because my main planner that I've used this year is not coming with me on holidays. It's too close to the end of the year. I can't see the point. I have made a little mini travel version, so that will be great. So yes, there will be deco. One thing I might do, Coffee Tea Paper here on YouTube did a challenge, if that's the right word. She had a card a week, and then she decorated her page to match the theme or the ideas or the color of what was on her card. And I know she's not doing the same thing next year, but she has a plan to do something similar. So I may very well follow along with that, or I may not. I have no idea yet. Not committing. We'll just wait and see what happens. So, of course, we have 2 inserts, first half, second half of the year. I haven't even touched the second half of the year yet. I will do that in the new year and get it ready so that dates and things, like I already have a date for a specific Christmas party for 2025. So I'll get that ready when I get back. I think we'll cope before that. Now, the other thing is I love making lists. I know there's a lot of people that love doing things digitally. I love pen and paper so much, so I love making lists. So I decided to add a list journal. Like in the past, for example, the Hobonichi Weeks, or when I use the Kinball, you know, you have those just empty blank grid pages at the back. So that's where I would make all my lists. I don't have that in these, so I've just bought the normal lined insert, and this will be my master list creator. So just a pretty little bit of green deco, just for fun. This is a cute freebie from, I can't remember, and I thought, well, that covers it all. I love stationery and things like that. So I've just left my deco quite simple here. But here are some of the lists that I have already added, and no doubt there will be more. I have not decided on my word of the year as yet. When I have, I will create a vision board, deco board, something to remind me of the word that I have chosen, but we're leaving this blank for now. Then I need to do some goal planning. Again, haven't had time for that, but there will be some goals jotted down here. I did get out some of my planner stickers and just a few little bits, you know. The other thing I do is I don't step on the scales. What I do is, especially that I'm older, I track my waist. I don't bother with the weight. It's something that fluctuates a lot. So what I do, I just jot down my waist measurement once a month, and that way I know if I've been bad or good. So that's something I've been doing for many years. Then, you know, I find I'm always seeing book suggestions, whether it be, you know, on social media or whatever. So I always have a book to read list, and I just list them down. Then when I have purchased them and / read them, I tick them off. It doesn't matter whether it's a novel or whether it's something that may teach me something. I like to make a list because otherwise you buy all these books and then they never get used. And so I list them down and then often purchase them digitally if need be, depending on what they are. But I love to have a list of books to read. And what I've done, I'm keeping all these sides blank. So if we do make big long lists, I've got plenty of room. If it gets even more, I can just tip in an extra page. Another thing I like to do is self-care ideas. So whether I discover a new massage place I could go to, or I get a voucher for a facial, or I see something health related that's good for my self-care. I might see a reel and think, oh, I must try that. I love a place to jot those things down because, again, otherwise I forget. And sometimes I think, Nikki, you need a treat. So I actually keep a list. And I didn't bother with the dot point things because sometimes I have a little bit to write about it, so I'm not bothering with those. Another one is restaurants to try. I don't know how often a friend says, oh, you've got to go here, you've got to go there, or I see it on social media, the new restaurant's opened. So every year I make a list of restaurants that I want to try, and then give them a tick when we actually go. So that way, if we go, oh, when do we want to go? Where can we go? I often grab the list out and we'll have a look. I always keep a master packing list. It's a very basic one, but I do often have to go down to Brisbane for the weekend and things like that. And I have done silly things, like once I went away for the weekend, I forgot to take underwear, which is an absolute disaster. So to avoid that ever happening again, I keep a very basic list. Obviously, you know, depending on the time of the year or what I'm going for, who knows what I need. But what I do is when I've packed, I just simply scan through this list, make sure all of these items are in my bag, and I will never make that mistake again. Then I think we need a wish list. I can be an impulsive shopper. So now, I mean, what I try and do is I make a wish list. I jot down what it is. And unless it's something that I know I want to use straight away or I desperately need, I put it on my wish list. And then I think about it for a little while. Sometimes a couple of days, sometimes a week, sometimes months, depending on what it is and how expensive it is and whether I think I can really use it. And, but otherwise, sometimes, or someone says to me, what do you want for your birthday? Well, I have no idea what I want for my birthday. So by making a wish list, when I see things that I think I would really love, if someone says, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? Or what do you want to buy yourself, Nikki? I can go to this list, jog my memory, and go ahead and make a purchase. Then I do a simple Christmas list. So this will be, on this side will be presents I have to buy, and on the other side will be things that I have to cook. You know, when you go to Christmas events and things or family get-togethers, I make a list of the things that I want to cook or maybe cook. Sometimes if I buy a Christmas magazine, you know, they come out quite early and I think, oh, I want to try that. So I keep space for what I have to bake and then decide, because I'm the family baker. So wherever I go, I'm always required to bake something. So I always like a little master list for that. Then same sort of thing. I'm good at forgetting things and then trying to remember, you know, sometimes I have a mental blank and I think crafts to try. So when I see YouTube videos or something like that and I think, oh, I want to give that a go, I just make a quick note and who or where I saw it. Because I know you can save YouTube videos and things like that. But sometimes you've got to scroll for months to actually find the one you want. And then if you can't remember the title or what the little pin picture looked like, it's like, oh my gosh, how do I ever find this? So I got clever. I make a quick note of what it is and where I found it or who it's from so that it can reduce my search time dramatically. Love that. Just a little list of some of the free image sites I use or have used in the past. Then, of course, YouTube video ideas. A lot of ideas never become videos. I don't have enough time. But then sometimes I'm scratching my head thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do for my next video? I just have a blank moment. So I love to jot down ideas, and I've left lots of space for that because I do sometimes like to leave a bit of space for notes in case I want to take a basic idea that I've seen, but I want to adjust it. So I make sure I leave room. And, of course, online buys. Now, if I buy something from a retailer, I don't write it down. I have an online buy email folder and I pop them all in there. But when I buy things from D-stash pages and things like that, I like to keep a note of what I've ordered and when it arrived. And I think that's all the lists I have so far. So, yes, that's it at the moment. So this is a keep everything together in one place style planner, which to me is very important. Even though I have a million journals, we'll do another video on that one day. My mainstay to keep me organized and to keep things at finger's reach, this is going to be my 2025. Absolutely adore this cover. So glad my friend got it for me. It's just my vibe. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did. And I'd love to hear your comments, especially if you've got any other really good list ideas for me. Lists that you find invaluable, pop them down in the comments box below because I would love to hear it and I've got plenty of space to add more. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you so much for watching and bye for now.